Today's episode is brought to you by Green Chef.
Darby, all of my favorite things are green. Okay, there's green witches, green screens, green sleeves, green thumbs, and now we can add to the list Green Chef. I am obsessed with this company, with the organic recipes that are so easy to follow. Even a dum-dum like me can do it.
So make sure that you also give Green Chef a try. Head to greenchef.com/50IMHO and use code 50IMHO to get 50% off your first month, then 20% off for 2 months with free shipping.
That's code 50IMHO at greenchef.com/50IMHO.
Ask us your questions, we'll give you our opinions. Tell us your stories, we'll give you our opinions. Read us from your diary, we'll give you our opinions. It's in my homosexual opinion. IMHO,
The podcast. Hi, everyone. That's Darby over there.
And I'm Darby.
And I'm Alexis, and this is IMHO, the podcast, where you write us questions. Sometimes we answer them.
Oh, wait, that light's not on. I wondered why you were sitting in the dark. Sorry, we're in studio and
No, we're
Annie...
not. No, we're not.
Yes, we are. We're in studio and Annie is busy right now.
Oh, we're in the Annie studio. Yeah,
Annie is...
That's true. We're at Studio 71.
Driving her Jeep.
Annie's doing our bread. We have a new bread line that we're working on. Ah, now you can see my back. Darby, you look...
The head of my penis just touched your elbow and you had no idea.
Really?
Jealous?
Well, it's because it's so skinny I couldn't find it.
The head of my penis is so skinny.
She is a traffic cone. You're so skinny.
It's a rocket. I like a rocket ship. I've had experience with
about
a
a
rocket
pop.
ship.
A rocket pop.
He lives in San Diego now.
Who?
Rocket ship.
Who's rocket ship?
One of my first boyfriends from Mississippi. Now he lives in San Diego.
My first boyfriend.
I bet he's still blasting off.
My first boyfriend, I'm going to say, was a man named Phil. And if you would have asked, I would have spent the rest of my life with him. He was kind of Mr. Darcy. You know why? You know why I say that? You know why I say that?
No.
With all due respect and love to my hot boyfriend, Austin.
Austin.
He was boring. And that was when Netflix they sent you DVDs.
Yeah.
And he introduced me to Bones.
I'm bad at returning DVDs.
Oh, I still have a red box somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure I do too.
I'm
sure I do too. And was it worth $99 to keep Throw Mama from the Train? Yes, it was.
That's your favorite movie.
I do like it.
You love a movie where people throw people from things.
I like to reference it more than I think watch it, but hey, I'm happy to have that option.
Do you remember Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead?
Yes, of course.
That was an iconic film.
And the mom did eventually find out. Spoiler.
Well, nobody told her.
Can I have my Meghan Markle ring?
Yeah, this?
No, baby, the pretty one. Jesus
this?
Christ.
I don't know about her. Wait. Let me practice for if I ever get to have marriage, okay? You're not you.
Oh, I'm Austin. Okay, hang on. Baby, I'm so excited to marry you. I'm Austin.
Okay.
Those were his vows.
And my vows are, look at me, down here, this.
Ooga, ooga.
This ring, with this ring that I thee wed,
I thee wed.
It means forever. And it doesn't mean monogamy, but it does mean you and only me.
Right, after you come home.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
I dropped my phone. Hold on, Austin, stop moving.
I did it. Oh yeah, I'm not wearing nails again. Don't worry about it. Y'all, I'm doing a complete re-zhuzh of my drag room. And I was gone for a month and it's a mess in here. I'm very embarrassed. Especially since I love to talk about how organized I am. And then I don't.
You're really...
I do as I say, not as I do.
You are my maid of honor, my matron of honor, but you're ruining my wedding.
No. You didn't ask me. I have to consent to that.
Will you be my matron of honor if I ever get married?
I'm so busy that day.
You don't know what day?
I will be busy.
December 11th.
You wouldn't dare. Can I tell you for half a second, I was like, why December 11th? And then I remembered that was mine. That's my wedding anniversary, everyone.
She wanted to do September 11th, but something else was happening that day.
Yeah, like there wasn't any flights available. So we are here in studio.
And
Alexis is...
The reason is because of me.
Why?
You know how you call me Allison Hammond / Suki? Because I'm lovable,
I call
clumsy?
you Allison Hammond, not Suki. Suki was part
I
of that
feel
game.
like I'm more Suki.
Allison Hammond falls down.
What
and
game?
She's transphobic, I think. So you're Allison Hammond.
I don't think Allison Hammond is transphobic. That's J.K. Rowling.
Somebody said in a comment that she might be, and I believe everything I read.
The reason that we're in studio is because we're actually recording this a little bit later.
Yeah,
and that reason
happened.
is because not only did I turn 40,
She did.
but my tooth immediately said no. And so I was in pain.
To be fair, it was the root of your tooth.
It was the root, yeah.
Yeah.
And we had to get down to the root of the problem, which was I needed to get canaled. I needed a root canal. I was in very much distress and pain for like 4 days.
For her entire birthday party.
Can I tell you something though?
I couldn't tell.
Well, the gods, she smiled down upon me on my birthday day because it was like I woke up and it wasn't that bad.
Sure.
It was at like a 5 all the other days, and then it was at like a 2 that day. So I was chill and I was having a great time.
Jesus.
But then the next day it was so bad that I googled nearby emergency dentist, and I go there. It's this really nice place. It's valet, which should have been my first clue.
Immediately turn
It
around.
should have been my first clue.
Yeah.
I go in there. I make the appointment. They can get me in. They do x-rays. They come and tell me what all it's going to be. And just for the root canal, and they wanted to do some other stuff while they were numbing that side of the mouth, which does make sense. But because there's a lot to be done.
I'm sorry. I thought you were saying like numbing the mouth made sense to you. And I'm like, yeah, bitch. No, never mind.
No, they wanted to numb that side and just take care of a lot of things over there.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of work to do. As we know, the theme of my life and the theme of my 40s is making up for all the things that I couldn't do when I was
Making my way to the
and
dentist.
like super anxious about stuff.
Walking fast. My mouth hurts.
Right. Well, and so they did all that stuff. She was really nice. She was wearing a Lululemon sweater. Again,
red
second
flag.
red flag. I should have seen it coming. But the space was really nice. Everyone was really nice. Anyway, she hands me these sheets, and just for the stuff that they wanted to do that day, because I don't have dental insurance, because I don't know why that doesn't just come with all the other.
Socialist.
It was like $7,000.
Insane.
Just for that day.
Insane.
And they were like, do you want to do this credit thing that's like a payment plan? And I was like, yes. I was like, just get me out of pain. And so
I should have gone with you. I hate that I didn't force myself into the car.
I didn't
should
ask
have.
you to.
No, I know, but I asked and you were like, no, I should have done it.
Oh.
I regret it.
No.
You were in pain for a full day because I
was in pain for like 4 days.
No, but like an additional day because I wasn't there fighting.
Well, that was okay. That was not your cross.
No, but how am I supposed to make this story about me?
Okay, so I'm sitting there. I'm like trying to do, of course, my credit's still bad because again, the theme of my life is fuck up, transition, get on anti-anxiety meds, fix all the problems.
You fixed a lot
I'm
the last
fixing a
few
lot.
years.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm really trying.
And
it sucks that it took me 40 years, but I'm really trying.
But she's here now,
so,
bitch.
And I'm being honest with everyone about it, the listener. So then the thing doesn't accept my whatever. You have to have good credit to pay off $7,000. I don't know. So then I asked my mom and my dad, and they give me all the info, but then that app stops working. So
that was God.
I get frustrated. My dad, we kind of reverted back into pre-transition Alexis and pre-transition dad, where he kind of snapped at me a little bit via text. I read it as a
Her
snap.
dad used
it was
to be her
probably
mom.
Nice.
You said pre-transition dad.
I transitioned.
I know. It's just funny.
Anyway, so then
Everyone
I
in your
ended up
family
just
transitioned.
leaving. And then you were like, we're going to my dentist. It's going to be cheaper. It's nice. Everyone's hot there. We get that figured out. You helped me so much.
Less than
I get
half
on
what she was originally quoted.
Less than a quarter. I get on a payment plan.
it's more than a quarter.
Well, yeah, that's right. But I get on a payment plan. We get the root canal done. And I just have to say, so when we first got there, they were like, did that other place do x-rays? And I was like,
yeah.
yes.
This is great.
And so they were like, oh, just have them send them to us. They can send them to your email and then you can send them to us. And I was like, well, theirs was like a free intake thing and I didn't pay for them. And I felt a little guilty. Like inside, I was like, ooh, that feels wrong to call and ask. But then she was like, no, they can't not give them to you.
They're
It's
your
like
medical
HIPAA,
records.
whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So I felt emboldened. And the thing that you didn't know is I did call and reschedule that night because I got some sort of other payment plan thing to work.
Oh, sure.
So I did call and reschedule the night before, and I got an appointment for Wednesday. And then you told me you were going to take me to yours, and I immediately canceled that appointment. So they had been going back and forth with me. I also cried in front of her when I was leaving, getting my parking validated, the valet parking validated.
It's what you do, though.
Anyway, that's to say is I did take this bougie dentist place on a little journey. So then I call them and I say, hey, is it possible to get my x-rays emailed to me? And she goes, yeah, sure. No problem. I'll email them right over. And I have your email address right here. And I'm like, great. And so we're sitting there. I was like, oh, maybe everything's okay and nobody's mad at me. And I'm refreshing my email. It's not coming. Darby's like, let's give it a couple more minutes and then call and make sure they have the right email. And I'm like, great. I call back. Doesn't connect.
Blocked.
I think I got blocked by this bougie smiling place. And honestly, that's fair. It's fair because, but I can see how it's so easy to like
fool
kind
people
of
in
grift.
distress. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I did everything like to the best of my ability and honestly as possible. But like,
and the people at my dentist were so nice, and they were like,
don't worry about it. We'll just
get you x-rays and we won't make you pay for those either.
Yeah.
They were so nice.
They were so nice.
They are the best.
A dental, or should I not say?
Although, no, you can. Curtis went to them a couple times, but here's the difference between you, me, and Curtis. You and me, we want friendly and that you smile, and then we sit down and you say what you're going to do.
I want you to get to the meat and the bones.
And then you cut away the meat so you can saw up my bones. Curtis, however, wants them to go, how's your acting going?
Yeah.
How have you been? You gotten your oil checked?
I wanted to just be out of pain, and I have to say, I was really uncomfortable last night because it was day of, but today I'm starting to feel out of pain. Like it's still sensitive, but I can bite down.
That's important.
And I just feel like a different person.
Your teeth are gorge. You got a deep cleaning too, right?
No, they have to do that later.
Okay, your teeth look great.
That's very kind.
I don't see what you see. I just want you to know.
You don't see what I see, and I don't see what you see with your teeth because I feel like your teeth are so white and cute.
Suicide pact.
I was thinking there's a side quest. There's a serial killer in North Hollywood.
There is. It's
and
scary.
That first night after the bougie place, I was like, let me just walk around a little bit because if he can get me and I don't have to do dental work, I'll be fine.
Yeah. What if he took you out by mouth?
I don't want anyone to do anything with my mouth. I just want to be
that's
dead.
Your choice.
I did want to, but now I'm fine.
Now that she's had a root canal, she doesn't
now
want
that
to
I've had
anymore.
a root canal.
I got to be honest though, if y'all don't have garbage mouths like we do, a root pain, like needing a root canal, is the worst pain. It is the worst.
Needing
pain.
it is awful. I got to tell you, watching it happen because I could see my reflection really well in that kind of spaceship light thing they have above.
That.
It was fascinating because I got to see. Also, they put. I'm not proud of this, but I am going to be open and honest with the listener that I haven't been to a dentist in so long. I went a couple of times for very similar emergencies like this in the pandemic, and Darby made me go. But before that, it was like 10, 15 years. Like I had not been since my child dentist.
I think.
And things are fucked up in here.
Yeah.
But the technology has gotten so much better.
But since I was gone for so long.
Since I was gone.
I found out about TSA PreCheck.
Things were so much better and nicer. And like, it still took a long time. It was really uncomfortable, but it wasn't nearly as bad as what my brain remembered it.
Yeah, no,
oh my God,
not at all. The thing that
trigger warning
struck me,
for dental work.
Yeah, sorry, trigger warning, teeth. Do you have any? The thing that struck me, and I did end up texting you later, after you had gone through the debacle with the first group and you were doing all the credit stuff, and I was talking to you and you were like, yeah, it doesn't matter, it's my fault anyway.
I was
really the first thing you said.
Yeah.
And I have said the same thing anytime I've had a dental emergency as an adult, which I've had a lot because I too just
if you ignore the problem, it doesn't happen.
But
now it can't be ignored.
But don't
is what I'm saying.
I know, but we're so quick to put all of the blame on ourselves.
Yeah.
And I too am that way. But since moving to LA, really, I've started to care for myself in a way that I didn't allow myself to before because I didn't actually care for myself because I didn't like myself.
Oh yeah.
And I think you transitioning, same thing, bigger scale, because your boobs, but
there's scales on them.
You have done so much to better yourself, both mentally, maybe not emotionally, because the hormones are making you crazy, and physically. And you are a woman now. Like you've done so much. So I I hope you can move away from the, well, it's all my fault anyway.
Well-
It's not. You survived to this age. Like, you fought
Yeah.
so hard to just be alive.
Yeah.
That's how I feel now for myself, too. It's like, okay, fine. Your dental habits could have been better in the past, but they're good now, and you survived this long, and it's fine.
Well, I
It's
really
fine.
appreciate you saying that. That day was really dark for multiple reasons, but it was the thing of like, yes, I should have taken
Her
better
power went
care
out,
of my
too.
teeth,
That was why she
but
said.
also I should have had a nest egg of money to like. It's just
But we did
a
it.
huge thing, but we figured it out.
We did
thanks
it.
in large part to this one right here, this Darby girl.
Thanks in large part to both of us.
Yeah.
It was through IMHO and through all of you that we did have a little money put aside for taxes, but you know, we can make that up again, that we were able to get it done. And I don't think that was me helping you. That was something you needed. And then our business could help you with that. I'm glad that everyone watching right now
or listening. I hope you're listening.
If you're listening, speed up, okay?
If you're watching, go listen too.
Get in your car and speed up.
Oh, I know. Turn off the sound of what you're watching and play it on Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
And try to match it up.
Because if we get more
That's a
listeners,
game.
if we get
That's a
more
game.
listeners than watchers, then we get more advertisers, and then we don't have to dip into any funds to get her teeth taken out of her face. So do that.
Also,
Thank you to everyone listening.
Thank you to everyone
Anyway,
listening.
But what?
I just want to say it was a harrowing first couple of days of 40. I also, on the day of my birthday.
Funny, though. It's funny.
I was rushing to get ready, and I went into the shower.
Stop showing.
I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to show you, but I wanted to feel it.
You pulled your dress up and started rubbing your slit.
I'm really sorry.
She was rubbing the slit from her tub.
I went into the shower, and I slipped, and I like really knocked my knee and bruised the inside of my knee, and it's really messed up. And that same night I got 2 spider bites. But you know, I won't be defeated emotionally. I'm still excited for 40. I'm still excited for this journey. We're the same age right now. You and I. We're on even footing.
I don't know that we're on even footing.
We are. We both have 2 feet, and we're both 40 for a few more months.
Yeah,
and
but
then you
my
are
feet
gonna be
are
41.
filled with fungal. I know, July. Y'all, are you planning your 41st birthday? Can I tell you this?
41, more like 40 fun.
Yes,
You're entering the 41st season of your life. That's the
So
longest television show that's
important.
ever been, except for EastEnders.
The
I think.
40th, my 40th birthday was DragCon weekend, and it was one of the most magical weekends of my
We
life.
had so much fun.
But all of my like plans for turning 40, and I had my twin brother here because he also turned 40 on the same day. I don't know if you knew that. It all kind of fell to the wayside because we were so busy. So I feel like I didn't really get to
What do you
like
do this year? What do you
I want
want?
to do something this year.
Do you want to like go
Not-
somewhere or just do something? TBD.
I would love to go somewhere, but I also don't want to spend any money.
No. Wait.
What if we watch TV?
Okay. Or you and I threw a really cute party at my house. What if we throw another
did.
party at my house? That way you're not going anywhere, but you're still kind of going somewhere.
Yeah, but then we would just invite the same people who just came to your birthday party.
No, you know way more people. And
No, I don't.
people would come.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. You
I
go out
don't.
and I'm not going to fight with you. You're definitely the more
Who do I
popular one
know?
than me.
Who do I know?
And we have statistics and logic and
I know people
we have
prefer me to you,
numbers.
but who do I know? I don't know anybody.
I bet you more people would come. And I'm not saying that self-deprecating.
I love that attitude. Keep that going.
Okay.
Go into your 40s with just a little bit of confidence, not too much, which is what this is.
Not too much now.
Not too much.
Not too
Which
much.
is what this is. No, so I'd like to do something this year. I don't know. 41. 41's the new 40. Okay. I would love to.
We've entered the 4th dimension.
Do you want to hear something gay that my brother said?
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't even realize. Did you know that Pedro Pascal had a lower facelift?
No, but good for him. If
That's-
anyone deserves it, it's him.
Well, that's what my brother says. I don't know, but like the fact that my straight brother was like, "Hey, did you know Pedro Pascal had a lower facelift? He looks incredible." I was like, "That is so gay, bro."
You are learning. He is learning so much from you. Can I do
I
a
don't
quick
think so,
aside with the
'cause
viewers
our dad
about
was
The
really
Last of
gay.
Us?
Sure.
Spoiler free. If you're watching The Last of Us right now, there have been 3 episodes, and I just want to say about episode 2. Excuse me. What? I didn't play the game, so I didn't see that coming. But hey, come on! Don't do that. Everyone go see Fantastic Four. Episode 3, we get lesbianism.
I want more mainstream lesbian love stories.
I'm in here for it.
Why do we have you seen the new lesbian one from the new season of Black Mirror? The lesbian one?
I haven't been able to bring myself to watch the new Black Mirror. I'm saving it for a specific time. Oh, maybe this weekend when you're away. I'll watch it at your house.
Oh, bitch. Truly, Black Mirror has now delivered 2 incredible pieces of television
Shout
cinema.
out to Paula, lesbian.
And they're lesbianic.
And shout out to all our lesbians.
Oh, yeah. And also, shout out to Paula. Fuck you. Okay, I want to talk to you for a second.
Paula, come here.
Paula, come here.
Can we see Paula? Can we see you back here?
We can't lean though because of the mics. So mother-in-law. I'm with mother-in-law, and I'm like, oh, why don't we watch one of the Black Mirrors? Because if mother-in-law enjoys Black Mirror, it's something she can watch at home. Now that she's alone.
Your mother-in-law or Paula's mother-in-law?
My mother-in-law. Paula's not married.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
But Paula had just been telling me about the new season and how much she loved it. And by that, I mean just the lesbian episode. She talked about that a lot. So
representation
I was like,
matters.
why don't I text the lesbian and ask her, hey, lesbiana, what Black Mirror episode from the new season do you think we should watch with mother-in-law? And she's like, well, the best ones are lesbian and the first one, which was Rashida Jones and...
Guy from Bridesmaids.
Hot guy who's not hot, but he's hot.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Chris O'Dowd or something like that. He's hot. He's in Bridesmaids.
He's so hot.
That movie's so funny.
Anyway, and so I know that my mother-in-law is very pro-gay, and I was afraid that if we watched the lesbian one, she would have to tweet about, or she would have to make a Facebook post about it and raise money for lesbians. And she's still working on raising money for the gays. So I just couldn't, I didn't want to share her. So I said, let's just do the other one she suggested, the first episode. It is so fucked up. It is so incredibly fucked up. And as I'm watching it, I'm like, fuck, we should have done the lesbian one. Fuck, we should have done the lesbian one. But Mama D, to her credit, she stayed dialed in. But when it was over, I was going to say either me or Curtis. It was Curtis. Curtis goes, what did you think? And she was like, it was interesting, which is a boomer mom's way of saying I hated it.
Yeah.
I wish we had started with the Issa Rae as a lesbian one.
Oh, Issa Rae, I love her.
Is a lesbian.
Oh my God.
She gets stuck in a movie.
Oh,
it's so
if you could get stuck in a movie right now, what movie? What movie? If you could get stuck in a movie right now.
That's currently playing or
No. Any movie that you can think of right now that you would want to be stuck in.
What's a gay one?
Oh, I can only think of Willy Wonka original because I want to go in that room where everything's edible.
Oh, fuck yeah, but you'll die. I don't want that.
Well, I'm not an idiot, and I'm not going to drink from the chocolate river.
Some of it's tricky.
Gloop.
Some of it's tricky. Yes, there were
but I
gluttons,
can spot these
but some
things.
of it was tricky.
And I'm not a selfish bitch. I
gotta be honest. I love Gene Wilder, but I do not trust that man.
Lasting Smiles Dental and Encino.
What was I saying?
No, I was asking you what movie you want to be in. Oh, Marie Antoinette by Sofia Coppola. It's beautiful.
Yeah, but then you have to live in Marie Antoinette times.
I bet you it was superior in some ways.
What are movies?
They weren't in their phone.
Mickey 17.
Oh, you want to be? Could you deal with 17 of yourself?
I'm kidding.
Though?
No, it's horrible. That movie was so good, but it's so sad. But it's so good. It's funny.
Parasite, but only when they're having fun in the house.
Oh yeah, when all the rich people go away and they just get to hang out.
I love hanging out in other people's houses.
I leave right before?
Yeah,
they come back. That would be great.
Well, speaking of coming back, I want to Derby. Sorry. Ow! I am so clumsy.
You're Allison Hammond.
Okay, I want to take you back to the first episode of IMHO the podcast. We've been famously doing this for 3,000 years. And for 1,000 years, we have an update from one of our first ever letters.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a really quick one. Can I read it to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember Bonbon?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Hey, Debster and Allie. Hope you're well. I was in your first review episode, and honestly, it was the highlight of my life. So I want to thank you, babes, for making my life a little brighter.
You're welcome.
We highlighted it. Not to brag, but life has been so good lately. I threatened disowning my mom if she didn't accept me being trans. And I'm nearly a month on hormones, and I have a great job as a pharmacist technician, so you could say I pop pills for a living.
Hell yeah.
I just wanted to write a little praise to you ladies for being such a joy for queer people like me, and I hope Alexis is still committing to her bubbles. I love you both, and I'm manifesting the best for you. Mwah, Amber.
Amber
Yeah.
is her name?
I guess, yeah. Bonbon
That's
is her drag
amazing.
name.
No, I know, but Amber, I love that.
I'm so excited for
Amber
you.
Ann.
Congratulations.
Congrats,
I'm so
Amber.
glad it's working out
Well,
with your
you're only a
mom.
month on the moans, so get ready to
Get
cry a
ready
lot at
for
work.
A lot of
You're gonna cry at work.
If you're not a crier, or even if you are, it's gonna be
So much worse.
Truly, you know how they describe it in books, saying like a wave of emotion. And like, you know how like going into the beach and it's like waves, and when they're big, you can't get a hold of yourself. You like don't know how to, and so you have to go back into the shallows. It's like that.
Okay, but before your transition, before you started the moans,
It was
let me
like
say
fully in the
this.
shallow. Yeah.
No, bitch. You would still have huge mood swings, but it was anger.
Yeah.
It was just straight anger. Now you cry
My
at appropriate
journey
times.
isn't-
I don't think that you cry at
my journey
inappropriate
isn't-
times. You just cry a lot.
I just cry a lot more than you're used to. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was 0 before.
Yeah.
So I like it. I think it's further expanded. Not only have your boobs grown, but so has your ability to emote.
And Bonbon, I gotta say, thank you for reminding me about my bubbles, because they have gone by the wayside. Things have come up and I haven't been prioritizing my bubbles. But now that we're 40, now that we're done with all this traveling, now that we're back again, and I cleaned my house really good for the party I had. So my house is still clean, kind of.
Oh, that's nice.
I have room to do my bubbles again, and I think we're gonna get into it. So thank you for reminding me. I forgot about my bubbles.
I completely forgot about your bubbles.
I mean, I was still doing like sewing every day, because that has become truly my kind of therapy, my like Zen time.
That's so nice.
I love putting on a YouTube video. Can I tell you what I'm really into right now?
Sure.
I love watching people go to Renaissance fairs and buy their outfits there. Like start not Renaissance fairs and then go there, and they end up spending like $700-800 because everything's so expensive.
I would.
But it's all handmade. Well, it kind of makes me want to go. Did you know the LA Pleasure Fair?
Pleasure?
That Renaissance Pleasure Fair. It's the first ever Renaissance fair ever.
It's called Pleasure?
It's called the Renaissance Pleasure Fair.
What was that HBO documentary series about the Renaissance Festival?
Dune.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Bonbon. I'm so excited for you. And
yeah,
you're a pharmacist. So that's so exciting.
I gotta be honest. I wish I had gone into that business.
It's never too late, I don't think.
It is for me. I'm 40. I can't
Not for pharmacism.
I can't learn pills.
You know pills, bitch.
I know 4 of them.
What?
I know Wellbutrin. I know Prozac.
Yeah.
I know Adderall.
Yeah.
And I know ecstasy pill that I found in bathroom.
I know orange Tic Tac.
Yeah.
I know Zyrtec.
Hell yeah, sister.
I still remember about Benadryl, but I don't know it anymore physically.
Right.
Biblically.
Right.
And now I know hormone pills. And now I know
you don't do shot?
I do shot, but you take pill too.
Every day?
Yeah. Well, you take 2 pill.
You take 2 pill every day?
1 in the morning, 1 at night.
If you forget,
don't turn
it
back
all,
into a man.
It all just reverses.
1 in the morning, 1 at night. No man for you. Your pussy's tight.
Sure.
Okay, so I actually did have.
The last episode, we did a big focus on us coming back and telling each other's stories because we didn't want to not tell them on the podcast. So we didn't get a lot of questions.
We didn't get a lot of
questions. I know there's so many people who are suffering
now.
and they need us.
Yeah. I don't know if they want to say the name, but bonjour, Alexis and Darby. Oh, you want to read it? It's not long. It's not long.
Bonjour, Alexis and Darby. I'm such a huge fan of IMHO the show, Twin Window, and of course, IMHO the podcast. You brought me so much laughter and comfort through tough moments, and I truly look up to the both of you so much. Darby, I especially connect with your story. I've been no contact with my Trump-supporting father for almost 2 years now, and I only speak to my mother briefly when I'm home from college during breaks. And we're both in college. I'm a 20-year-old lesbian, same. So you know I'm hip, no cap. But my current way of coping has been to pretend both of my parents don't really exist, just to get through the day-to-day not thinking about them at all. I'd love your advice on how to best process the grief and confusion that comes with cutting off toxic family, and how to move forward while still feeling whole. Thank you both for all you create. Live, laugh, love.
Oh, honey.
Since she didn't sign it, I don't want to say her name.
Live, laugh, love, Les. I'm so sorry about your parents. That's so tough. Darby, you know about this.
I do. So
do you
shut
want to
up.
take the... Okay.
So listen here, friend. Sorry you're going through it. It's a really tough lesson to learn as a young adult that your parents are just humans, which means they are capable of a lot of wrong.
And they go to sleep at night.
and they sleep at night, which is really hard for her to come to terms with.
I did not know.
And you're 20 years old. There is so much of life that is left for you to figure out, and you can only figure out in time. And babe, you're also still developing. You're also still growing. So first of all, therapy, number one, and you have to listen to me. I am a doctor. I do have that certificate printed. I love that you already have a coping mechanism.
I love this coping mechanism.
They don't exist. Let me just get through my day. They don't exist. That's honestly a huge part of it until you have worked in therapy for years to like unpack everything. But it's all those little survival techniques, that you can do. Like for instance, don't take my advice.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. I drink and I do drugs. No, I'm just kidding.
Darby, you are a phenomenal actress.
I know.
You really had me going there.
Thank you.
I was about to put my hand on your shoulder.
Then I would have cried. No, you gotta find the little workarounds that you can. You know, I think I do something very similar to you, to be quite honest. I think sometimes I just think they don't exist in the world anymore.
I sometimes feel guilty about how my relationship with my parents.
You should.
Because I know hers is so fraught. But there was a time in my life where I was really scared. It was my 20s and I wasn't out to my parents, which was kind of a silly thing because
you're so
hello.
Yeah.
But I was always like, I would just tell myself, when I find someone that really matters to me, then that's their business. But until then, that's none of their business. They don't need to know anything about my love life or my sex life or what have you. So that was kind of my coping mechanism. It's like, there's nothing to tell because they don't need to know. Straight people don't need to know about their kids' sex lives. I mean, unless you're Lorelai Gilmore.
I'd like to know if my daughter's fucking. Anyway,
well, you want to make sure your kids are being safe, but you don't need to know the details.
But I think
is what I told myself. That was my coping. That's all I wanted to say.
I think eventually if you do, you're so young. So much could happen. Who knows what could happen now?
Yeah.
But if you do come to the point that there is no reconciliation with a Trump father, let's say he digs his heels in, much like mine has done, eventually you get to the point where you mourn him. And you kind of go through not just the pretending he doesn't exist, but you go through the emotions, again, in therapy, of losing your father and he's gone forever and you're never going to speak to him again. And it really is a mourning process. And I got to be honest, being on the other side of that, it's not a place I ever thought was possible. Truly, when I was a kid, the idea that either of my parents would suddenly disappear was like my deepest, darkest fear. And then as an adult, it continued mainly with my mom, but I was just so scared. But those really hard years of dealing with and unpacking everything that's been happening with my father. Yeah, my brother and I both, we've said this, I think, a lot on our hit podcast, 20 Window, now available wherever you podcast.
I've never.
We've already mourned him, you know? He's gone. The dad or the potential of the relationship that we thought we would have with him as adults is gone. I get a little rumble in my tummy. I get a little sad why rumble in my tummy?
Because my tummy just my tummy just rumbled.
But I get a little sad when I get mom updates on occasion because I still haven't closed the book on that one for some reason. But I don't feel anything when I hear updates about my dad.
Just happiness when they're about his poo-poo. Pooping himself to death.
No, I mean, I am a very empathetic person, and I know I don't seem like that on this show because I talk so flippantly about my dad's death and how I wish it would come soon. But, I mean, I'm a human being. So when I hear that a human being is suffering, of course, I'm like, oh, that sucks. I wish he wasn't suffering.
No, you're also an American.
Oh, then I want him to suffer.
Yeah.
No, he's white.
But
they're not allowed to suffer.
But anyone who has being an American means anyone who has different beliefs from you should suffer.
Deport them all. Christians, send them back.
Yeah.
Your Holy Land means so much to you.
Coliseum.
Go hang out in the salt of the sea.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
We're your parents now, Live, Laugh, Les. And we are, I'm the mommy.
Get into therapy as quickly as you can. And
if you're not already.
Like it.
And just hang in there.
I could not have handled it without it. Do it.
Get yourself a friend.
Well, be careful though, because sometimes you get yourself a friend that you think it's going to work out really well, and then they end up being Alexis. So just be careful.
Or a dependent. Yeah.
Yeah. We said the same thing.
Yeah. All right. Now this one's kind of a math problem.
Ooh, I love numbers.
Okay. All right, here we go. This is from Tom. Hi, Alexis and Darby. I'm just writing with a quick question that I would love to get your opinions on. This is something that recently happened within my group of friends that we were not able to settle on who was right. I've taken it to other people and there's never a clear answer. So
We'll give you the answer.
me and 4 friends were out at a bar getting a lunch and having some drinks. We were each buying
4 friends and I.
5 total. Yeah.
4 friends and I were out at a bar. Was that the problem? They didn't know the grammatical way to
No,
say
there's
that.
3 more paragraphs.
Do you want a cheat code on that? On when it's and I or and me? Remove the other people in the sentence and see if it still makes sense. So he says, 4 friends and me were in a bar. So me were in a bar. Me was in a bar. That doesn't make sense. 4 friends and I were in a bar. I was in a bar. That makes sense.
But it would be, by
Cheat
that
code.
logic, it would be I were in a bar.
Well, no, you
still
do
change
have to
the
conjugate the verb. Yeah.
Yeah. I was guessing at conjugate, but it was right.
Great job.
4 friends and I were at a bar getting lunch and having some drinks.
Hell yeah.
We were each buying rounds of drinks for the table one by one, as is tradition.
Hell yeah.
Keeping it fair. All right. However, when it was one of my friend's turns, let's call her friend 1, she didn't want to get up as she was in the back of the booth. So instead, she offered to give her card to the friend on the end, friend 2, so that she could order. Now, when friend 2 went to the bar to order the round, she attempted to pay with friend 1's card. The payment was declined, but the bartender had already put the drinks on the bar. The bartender then went to serve someone else at that busy bar. So friend 2 grabs the drinks that had just been served and took them back to the table.
Did they know that the card had been declined?
I guess
Keep reading, sorry.
so.
Keep reading, and then we can ask questions.
Friend 2, who had collected the drinks, stated that it should count as her round of drinks because she collected them and no one paid. Whereas friend 1 believed that the principle that she was intending to pay should be enough, that she shouldn't have to get the next round. Friend 2 stated that it was her quick thinking and devious tendencies which allowed for the drinks to be gotten for free and she should be rewarded. We all had a laugh about it and nothing came of it, but it got me thinking. I can see both arguments, but I thought I would ask for an outsider's perspective for our alcohol philosophy. Big fan, loving the podcast. Lots of love. Brisbane, Australia. Jennifer Lopez, Tom. The question is, who's right? But the problem is, someone stole the drinks.
They're both wrong.
The drinks were stolen.
They're both wrong.
The drinks were stolen.
Number 1, listen, drinking, it's a young man's game. So, of course, mistakes are going to be made. So, I think both of your friends have made a mistake, but I bet they're really young. And if they're not young, that's concerning.
Well, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's say that the bartender was like, they're already poured, just take them. Like, maybe that's what it happened. It sounds like your friend number 2 stole the shots, but let's say that was okay, that she acquired the shots and brought them back to the table.
But if it's not okay, there is a reason for it. Some bars are crazy.
Right.
And they make the bartenders measure everything, and that you could have created an issue for the bartender.
Well, let's do the benefit of the doubt and say that they're fine.
Right.
The shots were
Look at me coming at the defense of Big Bar.
Yeah, ew, don't.
Wow.
Bar redacted. Let's say that the shots were okay to be taken and drunk. I think in that case, if I was there, I would have been like, no, that doesn't count as your round, but it's like, if you can't afford it, whatever, and we all get shots. I think I wouldn't care who gets credit for the shots. But I think I would honestly say, like, no, those shouldn't count. They should just be like from the restaurant, from the house.
So the friend, though, whose card was declined.
Friend 1.
Which, like, been there before. They were just saying, like,
that should count as my round.
So they don't have to pay for anything.
So they don't have to get the next round. Yeah.
So they're just drinking for free all day.
Yeah.
Not good. I don't like that.
Yeah, it feels like
if they're your friend and if her attitude were different.
Yeah.
Let's say her attitude was, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed, y'all. Like, you know what? I'll tap out. I can't pay for anything. So, like, whatever. Then I think everybody would be like, oh, yeah, no, don't worry about it. Like, don't worry about it. We got you. Like, get us next time.
Well, it's cool that it seems like everyone has moved on and not thought about it.
Ooh, see, that shows good mental health.
That shows good mental health.
That's something that we don't have.
No.
This would absolutely tear a friend group apart.
This would
which is why we don't have a friend group.
Stick a
needle in your eye and call me Mr.
No, what's that phrase?
Trampoline.
Crawl in my
bucket.
A nail in my foot.
Oh yeah. By the way, the trampoline was removed for repair, And then we left town. So it's around here somewhere.
No, it's literally right here.
So it is coming back. And also, can I say this while we're talking about this? Okay, great. I did a split screen because the full screen, because I had moved.
Darby, breathe.
I had moved further down the table, so the shot was wider than normal, and it looked weird. And I thought we looked really small. And I thought everyone's going to want to see us up close. Turns out you don't.
Well,
But so I did split
defense,
screen, and then I did, and I know the split screen wasn't even, and that's because this one left her arms out on the table like this, like she was trying to read, like a, what is that called? What's that called? Seance? So it looked weird to have it in the middle because I had all this space, I had all this grass, and I had all this room, and then she was all cut off. So the whole thing, she's like this, and I was like, well, they're not going to like that either. And then I did that, and then y'all didn't like that.
Darby.
Well, no. You're making it weird with this. I'm being normal.
No, also,
what I'm saying is normal.
In your defense.
So I tried.
In your defense, also, when we first started this, y'all were like, why are they sitting together? They're too far apart.
Right?
So it's fine. But also, we don't have to make excuses. This is our project.
I'm not making an excuse.
If they don't like it,
I'm not making an excuse.
Scroll on.
I'm not making an excuse.
They can go listen to something else.
I'm just saying, I saw the comments.
Don't let them.
And I saw the comments.
If you ever
shut up! Oh my God! Let me finish.
Let me come to your defense. Go ahead. If you ever comment something that makes my friend upset again, I'm gonna reach through this screen. I'm gonna take you by your ear, and I'm gonna say, "Does this feel good?" And I'm not gonna tug it hard or anything. I'm just gonna hold your ear. It's gonna be way too intimate, and I'm gonna say, "Does this feel good?" And you're gonna say, "How are you through my screen?" And I'll
there
say,
was one nice comment. The rest were kind of mean. And it's like, okay, I get it. Like the nice comment, that was sweet. And I understood. And I was like, okay, so it didn't vibe for everyone. But then there were so many that were like, ew, yeah, blah, blah.
This makes me feel happy
I was just trying to do
because
something
you know
nice.
when we listen to our favorite
and I gave her
podcast-
extra space to be pro-trans, and y'all said no.
Well, you called me fat with that split screen.
No, your
my
hands
arms were out. I was doing mummy.
I
was doing mummy.
You did mummy the whole time.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. You shouldn't have to.
No, we shouldn't have to. Comments. Okay, but this makes me happy because remember, like listening to podcasts when they would start to get annoying comments and let it affect them, and now they don't care. Like we're gonna not care soon.
I know, but like, let me care for right now.
Of course.
So I was just so bummed. Y'all, everything I do is just to try and make it better for you.
So
if you comment me hard, okay, so you don't like this free content I'm working hard to give you, like, I'm so sorry.
You can get your money back.
It was all good. Like, the intention was all good. And you come at me sideways. It
gets you.
It gets me.
No, okay.
Don't
can I
come
say
at
this?
Me sideways.
Can I say this?
Come at me front ways.
I completely
with a hug
relate to this because it's like you do so much work with the editing. You do
Thank you.
everything for this channel.
Thank you.
And I only get to help. I only help a little bit, and also a lot of it is probably even a hindrance because you have to fix things.
You do get in the way. You do get in the way.
I do get in the way.
Yeah, Allison.
But the idea of like, yo, I was trying to do something to make it better for you, and I still can't even get it right for some people. I mean, that's just the internet, but I've been struggling with that lately.
Yeah,
like it gets me.
That?
It immediately ignites the spark of like. The other day, I was trying to. Okay, so you know how my stairs are crumbling from last episode? They really are crumbling.
You are sitting spread-legged.
Some things to travel over from transition male to female.
Sure.
And wide leg is part of it. For me sometimes, but I'm also fat. So listen.
Your clit and your ovaries are hanging out?
Not my ovaries so much anymore. They've kind of...
Really?
They kind of go in.
Oh, wow. That's so good to know.
Yeah. Anyway, the stairs are crumbling. We finally got someone to come check it out, but that means our front stairs are closed off and the guy that's doing it is taking up the parking space. And beautiful friend Kevin, he lets me use his car. But the other day, as I was tooth hurt, I use his car. The car's not there, so I park to like take groceries up or whatever, and I have to go the long way. I'm frustrated with the dentist thing. I'm in pain, and I go up to him to say, there's not free parking anywhere near us. Where would you like me to park? But right as I get to his room, his phone rings. It's the guy. He's come back and his car's in the way because I'm parked in the parking space. And so as I'm going to ask him, he goes, "Oh, Alexis, did you get my text about not parking there?" And I was like, I'm trying to do the right thing by asking you where you want your car. And I immediately got mad and I was like, ugh, yes, I got your text. where do you want me to park? Like I was on my way to try and do something good.
Yeah.
And then I still fucked up. I'm having a hard time with that. That's hitting harder than the other stuff.
You know what? Well, because there is okay, and I may be overspeaking for you. So
You?
I know it's crazy.
No.
But if you feel that way, I'll cut your mic.
Okay.
I think it's because there are so many things that I feel like we are confronted with on a daily basis of mistakes we've made that we know are our fault, or largely our fault.
Oh my God.
Or largely the result of a bad growing up. Maybe it's mom and dad's fault. It's not. It was my fault for most part. But so when we do put in effort, we go a little above and beyond. And I know you may think that it's not that much above and beyond, but thinking to like, well, let me go ask Kevin just to make sure. Or let me move this fucking split screen so that her arms aren't cut off. Those little things, it feels like there's such good intention to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And then someone comes back at you sideways and it's like, fuck, even when I try, it's still my fault.
That's exactly, yeah. Even when you try. And so then it's really easy to slip into like, well, I'm just not going to try. That's what I did with school. I got that. Oh, famously, I one time tried.
You told this story 100 times. Tell it again.
I'll tell it again. One time I got in trouble for grades in middle school. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to be really studious. I'm going to get hundreds on everything. And then it was a stupid reason. I got like 1 point off. And I was like, well, even when I try, it doesn't matter. So I'm not going to try anymore. But
that's life.
That's life. We're having to deal with it. Oh, that we devolved. We devolved.
Sorry, we devolved.
I do want to say
it had been haunting me, and it's not that anyone did anything wrong necessarily. It's just that
you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Sucks.
Yeah, sometimes
it's a bitter pill to
sometimes
swallow.
it'll hit me, and I'll have a negative reaction, and sometimes it just goes right over my head. It just depends on where I'm at. I think I'm just really exhausted, and the fact that we have to fly out again
all over the world,
and
you have to fly out again.
I'm leaving this weekend. I'm so tired. Yeah. So I think maybe I'm just on high alert.
You are,
just be nice when you have a note. I love the notes, and I take them into. Just be nice.
We read everything. But I do want to take this moment to say your feelings are so valid, and I don't say what I'm about to say to undercut them.
Uh-oh.
But I do want to say we receive so much love and so many positive, and it's so easy. I say this to myself, for myself. It's so easy to harp on the few negatives that we get. That is why I can't read comments that much on the web show, because it pisses me off when they come for my girl. And when they come for my sister, I get so mad and I spiral out of control all day. It ruins my whole mood. But
they never come for you. They always come for me.
I know, but you're my best friend and you're my sister and my extension. And you're the reason I'm even a little bit good.
But I always come for you on the show, so that's why they don't come for you.
I love your come. Listen, we have so many beautiful and sweet and incredible supporters and so many lovely comments.
Yeah.
That I really wish I could just naturally focus on those.
Should we just cut this all out?
No.
Okay.
No. But I do think we should wrap up, and I'm actually going to say that my P is for parking, because I've done my best to try and park my roommate's car, and he's been so sweet to let me use his car during this whole saga. And I like parking. Except for the Ralph's parking lot. That shit is too narrow.
The Ralph's parking lot by your house?
The Ralph's parking lot, parking lanes are too narrow. It's like everyone in LA is skinny and hot, including the fucking parking lanes. They're so tiny everywhere. I hate them.
Okay, but I have to tell you, when Curtis and I were in Chicago last weekend, it seems, or yesterday, I forget how small the streets in Chicago are. They're so skinny.
Yeah.
And we do have a lot of room. But yes, I agree. The parking spots are small.
Yeah. So P for parking.
P for parking. And my Death Equals Ladies segment, this episode, is actually brought to you by Annie, our producer, Annie. We were supposed to be in studio yesterday, but we couldn't because root canal. What?
It's not our cat, is it? For Death Equals Lady? Well, let me just let you talk. Sorry.
Great. Did they give you cocaine as medicine?
I wish.
Okay. So I'm outside the dentist and I hear from her that they're going to move forward with the root canal. So I was like, okay, so we're definitely not recording today. No worries. So I tell Annie what's going on. And she goes, oh no, I hope she feels better. And ooh, for the Death Equals Lady segment, you should give her dead ass tooth a shout out. So death equals lady today
Is my
is her
tooth?
dead ass tooth.
Well, I gotta say, not to belabor the point too much, the pointy tooth too much, but this tooth has been a problem child for years and years. So
You're
much
glad it's
so
dead.
that I have not chewed food on this side for years and years.
Just wait.
And it's really fucked me up. But now that it's back, I'm gonna be able to chew on this side again.
Oh no.
I'm gonna eat twice as much.
Oh, good. Okay, she's back. She's back. All right. Thank you, everyone,
We'll
for
be
listening.
back next week.
We'll
Thank
be
you for
back next week in
listening.
studio, probably. And we love you. Bye.
Bye.